Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to once again vote for Mathis and choose your legends. Round 6. Last year, a lot of the nights I did things like play my Mathis Rivals of Aether mod or do something after I voted, but today I'm tired and I have a lot of homework to do tomorrow for my college courses. So I think after this, I'm just gonna go to sleep. But maybe I'll browse by random for a sec. What even hero? What characters? Hell no! Get that shit out of here. How about another random selection? Nah, I'd never vote for you in a million years. You're kinda cringe. Okay, maybe. Jake would be cool. Fates. Now you see, here's the real crime. Here is the real crime. Let's see, let's choose by game title. If you go over to Genealogy of the Holy War, seeing Tality reminded me that this game existed. You go to R, there's Reptor, and Reptor is the only R name you can vote for. There's no there's no Riddell. Sandima, though, most important character in the game, obviously. He's not a palette swap with anyone else. This is racism against Riddell and his kind. Like, how many other Sandimas will I find if I scroll up on this list? Probably. Okay, there's another Sandima. There's another Sandima, okay. Is anyone from the Zane gang even on this list? No, I don't think there's a single person from the Zane gang on this list. But Dethorba? Where is that little... This lady with her freaking... Let's see, there's like the Mage Triangle that's in Gen 2, and then I think there's another entirely separate Mage Triangle. I think one has silver hair, and one has brown hair. So, like, there's like, what, 9 of this chick in Genealogy, and she gets to be on the poll. But Zane and the Riddell crew aren't even on it once. Kinda cringe. Let's see. And then, got Radiant Dawn, Fates, Heroes. Who? I don't care. Alright. Fire Emblem 3. I like how this one is like the actual box art for the game. Bleg. Bleg indeed. I like how this one is just box art for the game, and this one is just stock footage of their freaking faces. They didn't separate the Academy arc and the War arc for freaking Holy War, so it's weird they did it for this game. There's a Mage Trio and Evil White Rings. I know there's at least 9 of those goddamn Dethorba people. Who's even in this game? Must have like a million characters if you can vote for them. Nah, that was only like 20. Garnef, Navarre, Seda, Kane, Tiki. Who the fuck is Garrick? Abel, Gangrel, Doga, Maiko, Celius. I know who that is. Farja, Itsuki Kram, Virian, I don't know who Fairhouse is. I know who Lonku is. Don't know who Barry is. I know who Averser is. This is a very strange lineup. You got Arcanine Awakening, and you couldn't even hire Gordon. Was Gordon too expensive? Did they try to call Gordon to get him to play his part, and he's just like, nah, fuck that? Hey, I wonder if the Zane that made it into this game you can vote for. Because that'd be Coulter, right? Conmore? Nope, Coulter. Okay, but how many other generic... Okay, let's see if Thracia has any generic bosses. If Coulter isn't on here, but this game has other generic bosses, then I think someone at IS just hates the Zane gang. Kemph, I'd say, is a bit better than a generic boss. Mathis moment, indeed. Alright, so actually, it seems like Thracia has no generic bosses. Ralph, I guess. Yeah, really no generic bosses for Thracia. That's pretty weird, because that there's, like, no generic bosses, because if you go to 3 houses, Garrick is, like, Chapter 1 boss in some game. Because if you go to frickin'... Actually, I'm pretty sure you can vote for the fucking rock guy in this game. Okay, where's the guy that says you eat rock? I'm pretty sure you can vote for him. Okay, so you can vote for this generic boss that's Jill's father. Don't know who that is. I think that's X Mob. Alright, yeah, you can literally vote for the rock guy. You can literally vote for the guy who throws rocks at you, but you can't vote for any one of the Zane gang. How many other fucking bosses? This guy, I guess they just take SNES era generic bosses. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wait, no, this is Jill's dad, so that I don't even know who this is. This guy, that's not Jill's dad. Zeldris. Yeah. So you can vote for like 5 generic bosses in this game. Is it day 2 already? Yeah, it resets at like 7 p.m. PT. Okay. Does Shadow Dragon have any generic bosses? Like, is Himmler on this? Let's see. I doubt it. Shadow Dragon bosses aren't all that memorable. Garnef. There's Mathis, MATTHIS. Okay, so no generic bosses for Shadow Dragon. Unless you count Ymir. Let's see. Of course, Fire Emblem 3 Houses has literally every fucking character in the game. Abyss Keeper, Archeon. Everyone love Archeon. I don't even know who that is. Alfred, what the hell? Like, again, Genealogy has none of the Zane gang, but I bet if I go down here, I'll find every faceless dude I had to find in the whole game. The Emperor, who even is that? That's Edelgard's dad. Showed up in one cutscene, but you can vote for him. I think most of the generic... Yeah, you can vote for Kostas. This is literally an NPC whose only purpose is to die on the Edelgard side. Another generic boss. Another generic boss. Who even is that? Tomas Gaming. Alright, now if we go over to the War Arc, I'm sure there will be even more generic bosses, since that's when the game gets really fucking lazy. I voted for sure. Death. 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 We vote for Mathis in this household. Alright. Fates has loads one-chapter bosses. Really? I'll have to check. Well, you see, that's different, because you can actually recruit those guys if you use Niles or the woman with purple hair. I forgot her name. But, so that, I'd say that's kind of different than, like, members of the Zane gang, or anyone we just went over in 3 Houses. Because you can actually use those guys to some capacity. Yeah, another generic boss. This is so racist against Genealogy. Another generic boss. Who even is that? I don't even remember fighting that guy. This guy, Nemesis, Alardro, another generic boss. NPC on Edelgard, Rot who dies. Thales. Anyone want to vote for Thales? Any Thale gamers out there? Alright. Wait, you can literally vote for fucking Brigand boss in this. I just remember. Yeah, Barth. Why do they have every Echoes boss? You can't even recruit these guys like you can with Niles. Like, no, I understand having all of the Fates bosses, since, right, you can use them, and I understand having the guy that can throw a rock at you in Path of Radiance. Because I think he's a meme in Japan, but why does Echoes get the special... Dimitri's dad, oh, thank you. But why does Echoes get the special generic boss treatment? Like, Brigand boss, literally the most wanted Echoes character right now, Blake. Another generic boss, so let's see, let's actually count. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4 if you count Dean, since you could kill Dean. 5, 6. Well, I wouldn't say he's generic, because he's actually like plot relevant. Okay, so we're at 5. Okay. 6. Alright. 7, 8, 9. Who are you? You're not generic. 10. 11. Who's lost? 12. Okay, you're not a boss, you're just an NPC. I actually remember a lot of the characters in Echoes. 13. You're not generic. 14. 15, since you can fight and kill her and get Dean instead. 16. Who's this year's Gatekeeper? Mathis. Vote for Mathis. Alright, so like 16 generic Echoes bosses, and this game only has like 2 maps, so that's like all the bosses in the whole game. So you can vote for all of the different separate Cantors from Gaiden, but you can't vote for any of the Zane gang. What about you? Do you have any bosses? Let's see if it has Doll, actually. Nope, no doll. That means that FE12 Choose Your Legends is inferior to Barack. I'm Lang, I guess. Although he's kind of somewhat plot relevant in like the first 6 chapters. Yeah, no bosses here. Alright, and then... How's the boss... We already discussed the boss representation in this game. And this one. Binding Blade, I wonder if you can vote for all those palette swaps of the Sakai Chieftain. Let's see. Douglas. Okay, once again, I'm not seeing any bosses. Pretty much none, unless we see Zephiel somewhere in here. Yeah, like Murdoch is super plot relevant, Narcian. So nobody generic, right? Sin. Wait, wasn't he in FE7? What the fuck? Oh, wait, no, that was Wrath. Ward. Cord, Board, Yoder, Zeus, Zealot, Zephiel. Yeah, so no generic bosses. I don't even think Gale was on here. Actually, we can probably go up and check. Yeah, okay, Gale was on here, but no generic bosses. Not an NPC. Stop being bad at Fire Emblem. FE7. If FE6 didn't have any, FE7 doesn't. Ooh, I wonder if Sacred Stones has that fat boss. I don't know who Rigel is or what game he's from. You're gonna have to be more specific. Doza Dussel, can you vote for the fat man from the funny chapter, Hayden Ines? I think he's from Amelia's chapter. Who the hell is this? Morva? What the hell does that even mean? You can vote for Reeve. Don't know why you would. Damn. So you cannot vote for the funny boss from Amelia's chapter. Tragic. Alright, then I think that just about covers it. So far in terms of one-off bosses... Okay, so what about Radiant Dawn? Elder, okay, so Radiant Dawn might have more generic bosses, so that's one. You can vote for Amy for some godforsaken reason. You can vote for Daniel. Cool. Morva's Murs... Oh, okay. You can vote for Azuka, but he's actually the most plot-relevant Garneth in the series, probably. Actually, you know what? Shoutouts to this guy for being a Garneth that is actually plot-relevant throughout the whole game, and he actually has a resolution and something cool. There's the non-binary tiger. So no... Okay, this guy... I don't know if I should call him generic since he shows up in cutscenes, but pretty much all he does is just say, wow, that Black Knight, or whatever his name is, Zelgis, sure is a cool guy. I wish I was him instead of the Among Us guy. So, he's kind of generic. He's just kind of there. Ludwig, whatever. You're not generic. So again, Echo's still kind of winning out here in terms of generics you can vote for. Oh, nope, here's one. That's like 2 or 3, I think. Renning. Renning's cool. I like Renning. Technically, Torino is a boss of a chapter when you're playing as the... Valtone. He says Among Us in... Can you vote for Riddell? No, Riddell, we've been over this. I'm checking which game has the most generic bosses, because I checked Genealogy of the Holy War, and you could vote for Dethorba, even though she's a palette swap of like 9 other characters, but no members of the Zane gang were anywhere to be found. And I even checked Thracia 776, since Culture is in that game, and Genealogy, but nowhere to be found. So I'm seeing how racist they are against the Zane gang. Alright, so that had like 2 or 3 generic bosses. And the senator that said Among Us. Amongst you. I know you can fucking vote for Mustafa in this for some reason. Yeah, this game probably has a lot. This guy, this weird looking man. So it's like 2. Yeah, 3. Don't know. They added Mustafa to like a new heroes banner. That was super confusing for like no reason. But you can vote for an NPC that dies in a cutscene, but you can't vote for anyone in the Zane gang. Well, Dethorba is actually straight up in Fae, yes, but could you vote for her before she was in Fae, though? Because while scanning genealogy, I think we didn't see anyone else from her crew, her palette swap crew. So I'm wondering if they only handed her to the poll specifically because she's in Fae. Alright. So Sayori, alright, seems like the only generics on here are the one from the Valm arc. Actually, even though this guy's plot relevant, I'm gonna count him as generic since he's the most generic evil motherfucker there is. Okay, and then you can vote for Yanfei, but Yanfei is actually already in Fei and is somewhat plot relevant to Sayori. Alright, and I think after that we've covered all of our bases. Yeah, pretty much. So, by a long shot, Echoes has the most generics for some reason. Probably because you can only recruit like 32 characters in this game, so they're like, we should probably fill out their voting thing, which is why you have Blake, who I think is like a dread fighter you fight in a map filled with druids, and then of course the iconic Brigand boss. But so that settles it. If you want to vote for generic characters, Echoes is number 1. I probably should have assumed that from the start, considering that Brigand boss is currently the most wanted character from that. But without further ado, hello, 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 hello. Yep. And now we can view our battle ballot. That's day 2. Sorry, Mathis, I had to put off voting for you for 16 minutes because I wanted to check out the generics. So now I can make a tweet on Twitter that says, vote. I voted for Mathis. CYL day 2. Vote for him or die. Cool. Alright. And there you go. And there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That is the second vote. Got a little bit sidetracked there. Next year we gotta tell IS that we want to vote for the Zane gang. I want Coulter. I want Riddell. I want Zane. I think one of them is called Plumont. I think one of them is called Schmiddlediddle. I think one of them is called Fringle Forngle. I don't know. There's like 8 of them. I don't remember all their names, if I'm being honest. I only remember Coulter because he's also in Thracia. I remember Riddell because he's the most well-written character in the series. And I remember Zane because he's the first one, and they're literally called the Zane gang. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.